This is it. The time has come. I said the time has come. From the four corners of the world to the four corners of this ring right here in Dublin, Ireland, the fight starts now! Introducing first the challenger. She fights out of the red corner and wears black with gold trim. She scaled 9 stone, 13 pounds, 6 ounces. Her professional record, 22 victories against only 1 defeat, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, this 2-division world champion looks to avenge her 1 lone defeat. She proudly fights out of her home of Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. Here is the 2012 Olympic gold medalist, the reigning undisputed lightweight champion of the world, the brave and beloved boxer from Bray, and the fighting pride of all Ireland, Katie Taylor! And her opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. She is the defending undisputed world champion. She was the black camouflage with gold trim and scaled already 9 stone, 13 pounds, 5 ounces. Her professional record, a perfect one. 18 fights, 18 victories, with 8 of them coming by way of knockout. She fights out of Northampton, England. Here is the reigning, the defending, the undefeated, and the undisputed super lightweight champion of the world, Chantelle Il Capo Cameron.
You know the rules already. Remember, when I say break, it's 1 step back, we're not landing punches, okay? Punches are good over the hour. Are you ready? Let's do this. God bless you both.
So for the second fight in succession, 2 formidable fighters are facing off in an immediate rematch as Chantelle Cameron returns to the Lion's Den to face off against the iconic figure of Katie Taylor in search of a repeat victory. Katie Taylor pursuing a measure of competitive revenge as both boxers battling for Chantelle Cameron's undisputed light welterweight title status. And we are underway, 10 2-minute rounds for the undisputed light welterweight championship of the world between the reigning champion, Chantelle Cameron, wearing black camouflage trunks trimmed with gold, against a woman who is still the undisputed lightweight champion, looking to overturn the defeat that she faced last time, and that is the iconic figure of Katie Taylor. She wears black, trimmed with gold, and the boxers have met head-on in the center of the ring. Both boxers sporting braided hairstyles. There's a right hand followed by a left hook from Katie Taylor, who is biting down on that gum shield, clenching her jaw. Chantelle Cameron on the front foot, looking to back Katie Taylor up towards the blue corner on the far side of the ring. But Katie Taylor with nice movement of the head to cause a left jab from Chantelle Cameron to go over her shoulder. Chantelle Cameron looking to get on the front foot, but then a cluster of punches. The final word in that attempted exchange from Katie Taylor, who is using her feet magnificently, just expanding and contracting the range between the 2 boxers, and she's operating on the edge of range. Chantelle Cameron, short with the right cross, score to the left hook. The action just above our position. We're positioned at figure 6 in the boxing ring. The neutral corner to our left is a left hook which missed, but a right cross which followed and landed from Chantelle Cameron, her cleanest shot of the round. Action is in the middle of the boxing ring. Katie Taylor short with the right cross, countered by a left jab, and a jolting left jab from Chantelle Cameron has deposited Katie Taylor on the canvas, but the referee has ruled it a slip. Now, I don't doubt that the legs may have locked, but make no mistake, a jolting, stiff left jab from Chantelle Cameron sent Katie Taylor to the floor, but no knockdown, according to the referee Roberto Ramirez of Puerto Rico. 20 seconds remaining in this opening 2-minute stanza. And Katie Taylor looking a little more circumspect now as the two boxers lock horns for the first time on top of the logo at center ring. Referee Roberto Ramirez just warning Chantelle Cameron about rough stuff on the inside. Cameron on the front foot, scoring with a double left jab. Terrific response from Chantelle Cameron, pin between high-held gloves, then a counter right cross from Chantelle Cameron once again, the first round in the book.
That big right hand right at the end of the round there, Sky. That looked to me, and I don't want to read too much into it. It looked like Katie's legs dropped about 6 inches.
You know what? I think whether slip or whatever happened there, where she hit the canvas, it looked like she might have hurt her knee or ankle, maybe.
Well, that's really interesting because her legs didn't look right when she got caught with her right hand. She got hit with a jab. I think her legs were maybe in a bit of a mess. But the bottom line is that's still a knockdown. If your legs are in a mess, you got hit with a clean jab. You're not being pushed.
You know what? Up until that not knockdown, I felt like that was a much better start from Katie than the fight.
The movement was good.
The movement was good. She every time she even felt like she was backing up, she changed angles and took herself back to the center of the ring, and I think that's really important for Katie in this fight.
Corners 10 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, it's a tight first round. I'm not even going to ask how you've got it. I wouldn't even dare.
I'm glad I'm not a judge.
Round 2.
So both boxers up off their stall early to begin round number 2, and it's Chantelle Cameron occupying center ring, peering between high-held gloves, looking to quicken her feet. Katie Taylor operating on the perimeter of ring center, not quite approaching the ropes, but operating out of a wide-legged stance now. And a 4-shot salvo, which is countered by a right hand from Chantelle Cameron, who then followed up with a double left jab. So Katie Taylor initiating the attack, but Chantelle Cameron having the final word. And now the two boxers looking to trade leather over near the neutral corner on the far side of the ring before they fell into a clinch, and referee Roberto Ramirez separated the two. And now it's physical on the inside once again, and you have to assume that this type of posture, when it is physical and toe-to-toe and shoulder-to-shoulder, it suits the naturally bigger boxer Chantelle Cameron, 5'8" against 5'6", and the naturally bigger athlete. And again, she's got those gloves clamped to the side of her head, putting on the earmuffs and peering directly between the gloves, looking to walk Katie Taylor down, backing up Katie Taylor towards the red corner on this near side of the ring. Referee intervenes once again. Chantelle Cameron initiating with a jab, good right hand to the body. It was a right cross from Katie Taylor, which was a scoring shot. Chantelle Cameron comes back with a left jab upstairs, and then the two boxers looking for hooks on the inside, and their torsos slammed together once more. Action just on the edge of the range. Left, right, left from Katie Taylor, where 2 shots did get through, and then a characteristic quick-fisted cluster from Katie Taylor, and then both boxers engaging in rabbit punches when they were holding with the free hand and hitting with one hand and hitting with the free right hand. Beautiful right-left combination from Katie Taylor. It was a left hook which ended that 2-shot salvo. Then she engaged reverse gear and backed off towards figure 12 on the far side of the ring. Oh, beautiful right hand left hook once again. Perpetual pot shot wonderland from Katie Taylor, then bobbing and weaving in the neutral corner just above us, but Chantelle Cameron keeping the attack going, looking to pin Katie Taylor to the ropes, and the bell barely audible in this cacophonous atmosphere. What a round!
I tell you, that little combination up here went right above our heads here, Sky, when Katie managed to not get hit with a couple of shots. That's the first time in 12 rounds she's done that with Chantelle.
You know what? That was perfect boxing from Katie there. Hit and not get hit. And she found her back to the ropes and she got out of there. And that's what she needs to keep doing. She doesn't want to be backed up by the bigger, stronger girl.
And that's what, in the first fight, it wasn't just that Chantelle backed her up. She backed her up with her feet. This time Chantelle's maybe a bit too gung-ho. Is that fair criticism? Maybe letting her hands go too much and not thinking too much.
Yeah, maybe leaving her feet behind a little bit as well, falling in a little bit. But I think that's also from Katie's good footwork. She's moving in and out. Her legs seemed better, I think, in the second half of that round as well.
It's one each, isn't it?
One each.
One each.
Seconds out. Round 3.
So into the third round we go. Just a slight reddening on the forehead of Chantelle Cameron. She said that she felt she was marked up by Katie Taylor's head in the first contest. And the action is in the neutral corner just above it. It's Chantelle Cameron on the front foot, scoring with a stab jab to the body of Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is retreated from the neutral corner to the blue corner on the far side of the ring and was tagged by a right cross. And it's Chantelle Cameron exclusively on the front foot, continuing to back up Katie Taylor toward the perimeter of the roped arena. She's using that left jab incessantly, and she's using it long, bridging her opponent, drops downstairs with left hook to the body, but then fighting like a cornered tiger is Katie Taylor, blitzing her way out of the blue corner to dial up the decibel level here from the capacity crowd at the 3 Arena. Good portion of the round for Katie Taylor after she was put under pressure by a sustained and accurate left jab from Katie Taylor, from Chantelle Cameron. And cries of Katie, Katie reverberating around the 3 Arena as Chantelle Cameron back on the jab once again. Katie Taylor with her back near the ropes, approaching the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. Katie Taylor remaining patient, breathing through an open mouth, but Chantelle Cameron continuing to pile up the points with a trip hammer of her lead left hand. 50 seconds remaining in the 3rd round. Katie Taylor with a quick cluster of punches, snaking between the attempted defenses of Chantelle Cameron to score on her chin. But Cameron keeping the front foot pressure going. Right hand on a disengagement from Katie Taylor with an accurate, classy shot over the top. There's the same punch once again. And as the two boxers lock horns just towards figure 9 on the clock face, if you consider our commentary position is at figure 6, is Katie Taylor, who on the resumption scores with a quick cluster of punches, a left jab off the back foot, but Chantelle Cameron continuing to walk down her opponent, back her up, hits her with a forearm around the rear of her head. Good shot to the body, but while Chantelle Cameron dropped downstairs, Katie Taylor scoring upstairs with quick clusters of hooks and uppercuts. Hard, physical encounter, and there is a cut on the left-hand side of Chantelle Cameron's forehead, just beneath her hairline, which probably came from a clash of heads.
And that was caused by a clash of heads in that corner there, because what she's doing, they're both leading with the head. Katie often does that. Chantelle's been forced to do it. I think she's got a nick by her right eye. Kerry Kayes is in the corner now. Jamie Moore is screaming at the referee, Roberto Ramirez, screaming at him. That was a brilliant round in moments there from Katie Taylor.
She's doing exactly what she needs to do in this fight. Box and move. Be smart. You're not going to be bigger and stronger than Chantelle Cameron, so you need to use your strength, and her strength is to box and move.
Yeah, box, move, speed, pick a shot, get out of range. Chantelle, I think, lost that round. I think she's got 2 cuts, one on the head, not a bad cut, but it's going to run into the eye, and one by the side of the eye.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the referee calls it, if it does keep causing more problems. It looks like the cut man's done a good job in the corner here, though.
Yeah, Kerry Kayes is the king of cuts.
So in stark contrast to the first three rounds of this contest, right hand, left hand, as the sound of the bell was still reverberating around the 3 Arena, but Chantelle Cameron remained on her stall for every second of the 60 and then some, as Kerry Kayes was working assiduously, but then Katie Taylor with a check right hand out of the blue corner, and the referee calling time immediately. Now, what's the issue here? I think it's with the cut. The doctor has been called up. Let's keep an eye on the referee. He's commanding Katie Taylor to stay in the neutral corner. The doctor has inspected that gaping wound on the left-hand side of Chantelle Cameron's forehead and is happy for the contest to continue. But without wishing to be too graphic, that will present a target for the accurate flashing fists of Katie Taylor here now. She'll look to worsen that injury that is being inflicted. Action near the red corner on this near side of the ring. Chantelle Cameron on the front foot, but he's picked off by Katie Taylor's right hand while she's laying back and inviting pressure in the red corner. Physical stuff from Chantelle Cameron, flexing her forearms and pushing them into the face of Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor spins off clockwise to the space of the ring. An exchange of jabs, but first and third boxing from Chantelle Cameron, who's now trying to protect that injury by, again, bracketing her head with her hands and continuing to apply front foot pressure. But Katie Taylor, all of her ring craft on display, presenting angles, incremental movements of the feet, but there she's put on the end of a double left jab, and her head movement all of a sudden has stopped, and she's presenting a stationary target, but then she springs back into life and scores with a left-right-left combination. Katie Taylor getting busy to both body and head with a left hook, and then a left jab in center ring. Katie Taylor engaging reverse gear once more. Chantelle Cameron picked off by a jab to the torso, scores with a double jab upstairs, but then Katie Taylor with a flashing right hand in between the attempted defenses of the reigning Undisputed. light welterweight champion. Referee separates the two, and on the resumption is Katie Taylor, who lets her hands go in combination fashion. Straight shots upstairs. Is physical on the inside once more. Jamie Moore shouting to the referee that Katie Taylor is holding. It's another physical, intense tussle between these two. Terrific reverse 1-2 from Katie Taylor just before the bell. Right cross, left jab, and this decibel level threatening to raise the roof once again.
Blood everywhere. Tellingly, right in the middle of Katie Taylor's brow, where there was another clash with the cut. I thought Chantelle had the right idea there, Sky, when she moved, jabbed, and kept a bit of distance.
You know what, I have to give that round to Katie again. I thought it was very smart boxing by Katie. She was punching in punches in bunches where the opportunity arose, and when Chantelle did overcome her with some physicality, she dealt with it, and she moved and she reset.
Yeah, the key is movement. Something that we thought about in the first fight, we thought we might see a lot of, we didn't. We're seeing it today, we're seeing it tonight. Now Cameron's got to work out, when does she get desperate, or does she stay calm? Because she might have this fight stolen from her.
I have it 3 rounds to Katie, 1 round to Chantelle.
Seconds out.
I've got it 2-2. And me and you, we don't have to agree all the time, you know.
So there's a delay of Chantelle Cameron emerging from her blue corner as Kerry Kayes again taking every second of the interval to work on that significant injury to the left forehead just beneath the hairline of Chantelle Cameron. That cut was inflicted in the 3rd round, towards the end of the 3rd round. You're listening to World Championship Boxing on BBC Radio 5 Live with me, Ronald Macintosh, the WBC interim featherweight champion of the world, Sky Nicholson, and 5 Live regular Steve Bunce. Action is just near the red corner. Chantelle Cameron busy with a jab. Katie Taylor spinning off clockwise to her left, scoring with a left jab to both head and body. Chantelle Cameron wades a right hand into the torso of Katie Taylor, who's retreated towards the blue corner on the far side of the ring, but spins off to the space of ring center by moving to her right, by moving to her left in clockwise fashion. And now it's Katie Taylor. Counter right hand is a beauty, and she pulled back and scored with it twice. A pull counter, 2 right hands in quick succession from Katie Taylor. Chantelle Cameron put on the end of a 2-shot salvo once again as Katie Taylor continues to change angles in front of her, and Katie Taylor is counter punching masterfully here in the 1st minute of this 5th round. Chantelle Cameron pressing forwards once again, continuing to peer between high-held gloves. Now she's attempting to cut off the ring because Katie Taylor continues to move sharply and swiftly to her left in a clockwise fashion. And again, she's scoring with clever little raiding attacks. Now she changes the direction as her back skims the ropes at figure 1 on the clock face on the far side of the boxing ring. Action is approaching figure 3 on the clock face. Bear in mind, we're at figure number 6. Here on 5 Live in our commentary position, and it's Katie Taylor just increasing the range, drawing the lead from Chantelle Cameron, and then she springs to counter once again, but was short with her attempted 1-2. Chantelle Cameron has kept her counter attack going and comes and scores with a left-right combination. Action is just above our commentary position near the neutral corner. Beautiful movement in the corner from Katie Taylor to make Chantelle Cameron miss, but she couldn't complete the fistic equation and make her pay. Right hand over the top was long from Katie Taylor, and again the blood continuing to flow freely from Chantelle Cameron's facial injuries.
She's got the right idea, Chantelle Cameron, not to overcommit, so she's not doing the things she was doing earlier, but Katie's just so focused and so fast.
Chantelle is applying smart pressure. She's staying right in front of her. She's keeping Katie constantly on the back foot. But what Katie is doing so well, she is holding center ground. Every time she gets pushed back, she changes angle and resets. And that's what she needs to do in this fight against Chantelle Cameron.
There is, we've seen that intensity from Katie. We've talked about it all week. You've been around them. There's no laughs backstage, I know that. And she's got it in the ring here. It's every single second. She's fearsome intensity.
Every single split second.
Every split second, yeah, you're not wrong. And
every millisecond.
Every millisecond, okay. Don't rip the proverbial out of it. 1 second was good.
Seconds out.
It was okay.
Round 6.
So into the second half of this undisputed light welterweight world title fight we go. Katie Taylor in her 18th professional world championship contest tonight. Chantelle Cameron in her 19th professional fight. And the action in the middle of the boxing ring, and again it's Katie Taylor who is first to pull the trigger, firing without reply, because Chantelle Cameron's attempted counters were inaccurate. The boxer's just on the edge of range, and how about that for a flashy lead left uppercut, and then a right hand, left hook, right hand from Katie Taylor. And Chantelle Cameron, even though she is pressing, if you're going to be the aggressor, remember it has to be effective aggression. There's Chantelle Cameron scores with a double left jab. Now the two boxers are locking horns just on the perimeter of ring center. Chantelle Cameron spins off to her right, counterclockwise. Beautiful right uppercut on the inside, twice from Chantelle Cameron, jolting the head back of Katie Taylor as the two boxers stand shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest, knee to knee at center ring. Referee Roberto Ramirez separates the two, and it's hooks being fired in. Greater volume of punches during that exchange from Katie Taylor. It was a hard single landed in response from Chantelle Cameron. 50 seconds remaining in round number 6. Katie Taylor threatening to get over the front foot, feinting, fires a two-shot salvo but didn't fully commit because Chantelle Cameron was going walkabout counterclockwise to her right. And now, having given herself a breather, Chantelle Cameron re-engages at short range, but neither boxer was accurate. They again trade off at short range. For my money, it's Katie Taylor who got the better of that exchange. Chantelle Cameron enjoyed her own success. Chantelle Cameron walking back into the fray with a left-right combination, then finishing it with a single. And then burrowing away to the body is Chantelle Cameron, keen to show referee Roberto Ramirez that she's not holding. And while she was doing so, Katie Taylor was keen to work away. 10-second clapper sees Katie Taylor land a left-right combination. And again, it's Chantelle Cameron remonstrating with the referee, showing that she's not holding, but why she's gesticulating. Katie Taylor is working and nicking those parts of the round.
That was a hard round. Suddenly, Katie's movement wasn't working so much. Chantelle didn't look as crisp as she had. This fight's taken a toll, and that was just round 6.
It's a very physical fight.
Yeah.
Both girls are very, very physical in there. There's a lot of head clashes as well. You can see both of their heads are marked up bad. But yeah, a very hard round to score as well, I thought.
It was a hard round to score. I think I just gave it to Chantelle for just maybe someone to clean the work, but that was a hard one. I think there's been 2 of the 6 rounds have been hard to score at the moment. I think 4, I think we kind of agreed on. It's a couple we haven't. There's a lot of damage on Chantelle. Kelly Cage is working. He's working on her nose, got a cut on her nose now, the cut by the right eye, and the gash. That's the only way to describe it. That's what Ronald said, and it's absolutely right. That's a gash on the top of
The
her.
gash is bad.
This is hard. This is going to be a gruesome, bloody last 4 rounds.
Chantelle Cameron in her 7th world title tonight, along with 3 IBO title fights in addition to those 7 for the more recognized belts. And it's Chantelle Cameron on the front foot, Katie Taylor with a pot shot right cross, then showing genius ankles, jamming on the brakes, going from clockwise to counterclockwise, left to right, and then a headlock applied by Chantelle Cameron. And that is why the boos are cascading down from every seat here in this capacity-filled 3 arena in Dublin. Action is near the red corner on this near side of the ring. Flashing right hand is the first shot of an attempted combination from Katie Taylor near the red corner. Referee has to pry the 2 boxers apart once again, but immediately they fall back into another physical entwinement at close range. Right hand behind a left jab from Chantelle Cameron is a scoring shot. Then the 2 boxers pirouetting one another around in an untidy waltz near the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. Oh, double left hand from Katie Taylor, a left hook sunk into the body beneath the right elbow of Chantelle Cameron, followed by a left hook to the head, which was blocked by the right glove of the reigning champion. Good work to the body once again from Katie Taylor, but Chantelle Cameron countering with a left hook upstairs. Chantelle Cameron looking to get on the front foot and walk down her opponent once more, but the 2 boxers fall into a clinch and the referee has to crowbar the 2 fighters apart once again. But immediately, as fatigue becoming an increasing factor, the boxers falling into one another once again. Chantelle Cameron biting down on her mouthpiece and walking through the wall of leather that she's been touched up with. And that is why, again, the crowd are raising the roof here at the 3 Arena, because it is a terrific trade-off at centre ring. Chantelle Cameron continuing to press. Katie Taylor keen not to be pushed back, planting her feet and firing back just above our commentary position here at figure 6 on the clock face. Thunderous backhands fired in from both, and then they take a moment's respite. Now it's beyond punching range. Katie Taylor shaped to try a left jab, but her feet weren't in range, and the final right hand lands from Chantelle Cameron. What a hard-fought, physical round.
Katie Taylor getting instructions there from Ross Anime before she got back to the corner. Let's have a listen to see what Ross and Brian Peters are saying to Katie in that corner.
6 minutes of your life right here. Just change your life right here. 6 minutes. When you're pricked, Hey, when you guys get tied up, reverse on the break. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just stops you from getting momentum. She's a front-row fighter.
So that's what he's saying. 6 minutes of your life here, and the rest of that sentence is to change your life, Sky. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, you know what? And 6 minutes to change Katie Taylor's life when you think about her legacy
Well, it is already.
as it is. Wow. I have it 4-3 to Katie.
I've got
after
it 4-3.
7.
I've got it 4-3 as well to Katie.
This is a physical, competitive fight.
This is a draining, brilliant, brutal,
Corners, 10
savage
seconds.
fight. As brutal as it gets.
Every second, every millisecond counts here.
We're
Bob.
living it here, aren't we?
Seconds out.
Living every second
Round
of it.
8.
6 minutes remaining in this absorbing tussle for Chantelle Cameron's undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Katie Taylor and her going tooth and nail in what was effectively a round 11 in an immediate rematch from the contest they had here at this very venue 6 months and 5 days ago. Referee had to separate the two boxers, but on the resumption, it is short-range action once again. Quick-fisted clusters from Katie Taylor, heavier shots seemingly being dug in, but at a lower punch output by Chantelle Cameron. And increasingly, the boxers are finding themselves behind the back of their opponents. But now it's at centre ring once again as Chantelle Cameron looking for an uppercut. Her left shoulder slammed into the chin of Katie Taylor. That's how physical and rough it is on the inside as the two boxers looking to ragdoll their opponents. Katie Taylor breathing through an open mouth. Nice movement by dipping at the knees and lowering her head to cause a left hook from Chantelle Cameron to go harmlessly over her head. And then Chantelle Cameron ploughing away to the body. Katie Taylor looking to tie her opponent up, but she's tagged by that right uppercut once again. Chantelle Cameron looking for it, but the follow-ups were inaccurate. And then as a swelling, an angry mouth developing beneath the left eye of Katie Taylor as the shoulder of Chantelle Cameron slams into her face once again. It was on the blind side of the referee, and this contest becoming increasingly physical. Elbows, shoulders, forearms, all being slung in as the two boxers standing toe-to-toe at centre ring, looking for bent-arm successes with hooks and uppercuts. There's a scoring left hook from Chantelle Cameron, countered by a right hook from Katie Taylor. Another clipping left hook from Chantelle Cameron, and the cut has opened up once again. The referee allowing them to get on with it at close range. Left hook lands from Chantelle Cameron at centre ring. The two boxers tie one another up before being separated by the referee. My goodness, this is a hard-fought physical affair as a right cross left hook from Katie Taylor slams home against Chantelle Cameron, who fired back with a two-shot salvo of her own on the belt.
Blood from just about every single part that can bleed legally during a fight. There was a point then, right at the very end, when Chantelle hadn't been caught. She caught Katie and seemed to hurt Katie. That was a long walk back to Katie Taylor's corner by her.
You know what? It was actually right on the bell, maybe
On the
just
bell.
after the bell.
Yeah.
I think Katie was already ready to walk back.
I think she was.
I saw Katie face eat about 5 shoulders
Yeah.
in that very physical round.
There's been a lot of shoulder action, but Katie Taylor for the last 3 rounds has held relentlessly. Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis in the corner screaming like crazy. It's like the Roberto Ramirez ref has not seen it. The
No, I
holding's a
know.
lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of holding from Taylor and there's a lot of shoulder barging from Cameron. It's physical.
Corners,
Shoulders
10
and heads,
seconds.
yeah. It's one of the dirtiest quality fights I think I've seen in women's
Seconds out.
boxing.
Round 9.
It's good though.
You're listening to World Championship Boxing on BBC Radio 5 Live with the WBC interim featherweight champion Sky Nicholson, 5 Live regular Steve Bunce, and me, Ronald Macintosh, on blow-by-blow commentary in the midst of what is an absorbing physical encounter between two incredibly skilled operators, but the skill has been placed on the back burner, and now in the penultimate round of a contest scheduled for 12 to 10 twos, as Katie Taylor has success with a cluster of punches, but Chantelle Cameron keeps on coming. But these are the intangibles of heart and desire and will that are being tested, and it's Chantelle Cameron who is going in pursuit of a get back after Katie Taylor had her second combination success of the first 40 seconds of this round, and there she goes in search of another cluster of punches. Chantelle Cameron leaning on, looking to plow away to the body, as again the crowd looking to rally the home fighter, and she's responding like the magnificent, iconic champion she has been digging up something, summoning the energy to fire off clusters of shots without reply. Chantelle Cameron looking for the right uppercut that has served her so well. The cut just beneath the hairline on the left-hand side of her forehead, opening up once again. Right hand thundered in, but it landed on the gloves. But then Katie Taylor, making like 1976 Olympic champion Sugar Ray Leonard with a burst of shoe-shine punches. The left forearm of Chantelle Cameron beneath the chin of Katie Taylor. Chantelle Cameron looking for a hard single on the resumption, but Katie Taylor with the greater volume. Chantelle Cameron continuing to walk her down, but her work was inaccurate when she got into mid and short range. Good left hook to the body from Chantelle Cameron, then a right hand over the top. Katie Taylor fires in combination once again, and once more there's the right forearm and elbow of Chantelle Cameron into the chin of Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor with a left-right combination that was long and off the mark. Katie Taylor then applies the headlock as Chantelle Cameron bulls her back to the red corner and drives her into the corner post. My goodness, that was a physical round resembling something out of MMA.
We thought we'd had physical rounds earlier. That was the most physical round. It ended with a headlock, it started with an elbow, and in the middle there were good combinations and lots of blood.
I couldn't have said it better, Buns. You've seen an exhausted Katie Taylor.
Absolutely.
I think this is the most exhausted I have ever seen Katie Taylor.
By some stretch of anybody's imagination. She is out on her feet still throwing punches. She's fighting on fumes, but they're good fumes.
Unreal. Unreal.
And Chantelle, we know Chantelle likes to be long. We know Chantelle. Me personally, I've got it 5-4 going into this for Chantelle. 5-4. You got it 5-4
I've got it
the other way.
5-4 the other way.
And you know what? Either of those you can't argue with.
Call us 10 seconds.
Here we go.
Well, the fans are up on their feet here. The Irish tricolores being waved. There's a perfunctory touch of blood before the bell to begin this 10th and final stanza. Chantelle Cameron comes out, peering between high-held gloves, and is throwing punches in furious fashion to both head and body. Success downstairs and a left hook upstairs, prompting a response from Katie Taylor, who dug in 2 punches of her own, body and head. Referee Roberto Ramirez separates the 2 boxers. Is Chantelle Cameron on the front foot, looking for a grandstand finish as she bids to retain her titles. It's an incredibly tight affair with 9 completed rounds in the book. Katie Taylor plants her feet, fires a 2-shot salvo, but it was inaccurate as Chantelle Cameron bidded to walk through them, and then the 2 boxers ended up in an entanglement at close range once again. Katie Taylor with a low-held guard, looking to draw a lead from Chantelle Cameron. Now she can counter. Both boxers firing jabs, but both of them out of range. And then as they step into range, it's another entanglement with torsos and shoulders bumping together. Katie Taylor claiming Chantelle Cameron, then waltzing her around. A left hook from Katie Taylor is countered by a left hook from Chantelle Cameron, as both boxers enjoying success during a trade-off at center ring. 50 seconds remaining in this 10th and final round. It's Katie Taylor who initiates the attack first and perhaps had the final word of the trade-off. Chantelle Cameron looking for her Sunday punch, the right uppercut, but Katie Taylor tying up her arms, seemingly finding extra limbs to just keep Chantelle Cameron wrapped up and unable to fire effectively. Final 30 seconds as the crowd look to rally the woman from Bray once again. But it's increasing amounts of clinching and entanglements, punctuating action. But then as I say that, it's a furious combination fight by both fighters. Chantelle Cameron's face is a crimson mask as the cut on the left-hand side of her forehead beneath the hairline is bleeding profusely. The boxers ending in another clinch as the 10-second clapper sounds. Chantelle Cameron fires in a left jab. Katie Taylor digs in a right cross as the bell sounds. And the fans up on their feet and have exploded into celebration here because they feel that in this immediate rematch, Katie Taylor has done enough to reverse the outcome that she endured in their first contest here 6 months and 5 days ago. We have just witnessed one of the most physical, grueling encounters between 2 quality fighters that you could ever wish to see. Never mind skill, never mind ability. This one was about the intangibles of gut and determination and heart and will and desire. Neither boxer was found wanting in any of those crucial departments. This one's going to the 3 scoring judges, and we will now await the verdict. of Steve Morrow of the USA, Jan Christensen of Denmark, and Ferenc Kudai of Hungary to determine who will be declared as the undisputed light welterweight champion of the world after a grueling 10 2-minute round.
10 2-minute rounds that will live in history. We knew it would be a better fight. We knew it would be even better than the first fight, and it was. Perhaps lacking some of the finesse of the first fight, some of the ultra skill of that first fight, but for endeavour, for guts, for heart, and for excitement's fight, that was quite ridiculous.
It was a moment in history for women's boxing. You couldn't have asked for a better fight. It was physical, it was gutsy, it was skillful. Everything was on display in there tonight, and I honestly am just so glad I'm not a judge in this fight, because I do not know which way it's going to go.
Well, I tell you what, I've got a feeling that Jamie Moore, Nigel, and Chantelle, they know, they think, they believe they've lost. Look at them, their body language is bad. Katie's not necessarily screaming and reaching the roof, but they're quietly confident. Brian Peters is pacing. Kerry Case is looking over. He's done a good job. I think Chantelle thinks she's lost. How did you have it?
You know what? I had it Katie up by 1 round going into that last round, and I really, really struggled to score that last round. But even if I gave that round a draw, it gives it to Katie by 1 round. So
I've got the fight a draw. I've got it 5-5. I've just checked, and I've got no problem with it being one way, 1 or 2 the other, one way
you definitely
either way.
couldn't complain either way.
I've got no problem with it being 6-4 either way. I don't want it wider than that though. My personal opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, both boxers will undoubtedly be replaying the fight in their minds now. Incredibly nervous moments. And for the fighters, time will stand still as David Diamante awaits the cue from the floor manager, which will declare the victor, or indeed the outcome, because a draw is a distinct possibility as well. That's how close this contest has been. Let's get the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a nice round of applause out here for both of these fighters. After 10 rounds of action here in Dublin, Ireland, we go to the judges' scorecards. Ferenc Kudai, 95 even. Jan Christensen scores this contest 98-92. Steve Morrow scores this bout 96-94. Both for your winner by majority decision, and the new undisputed super lightweight champion of the world,